What is going on, you guys? I have got some exciting news for you guys inside of today's video, where I just found the 4 new super troops that are coming into Clash of Clans. These troops aren't going to be released for at most another 3 days, where we just received the Super Barbarian, released officially by Clash of Clans or Supercell themselves. But what I'm also going to be showing you guys is the 3 other troops that are not yet to be released. One, I believe, is going to be released in about 8 hours at the time of recording this video. And then the next one should be being released a day after. The next one should be being released a day after that, and then another day after that for the last one. So I'm not gonna keep you guys too long. Let me go ahead and tell you guys what the first new troop is going to be. Now, I don't know what order Supercell is going to be actually releasing these in, but I will just go ahead and tell you the first one that I have here. So the first one is going to be called the Sneaky Goblin. This is a bit of a surprise because originally we kind of were thinking that it would be the Sneaky Archer, since we got the rage. Sorry, I still have something caught in my throat. Originally we had something where the Super Barbarian is basically the Rage Barbarian from the Builder base, so most people were thinking that the next one would be the Sneaky Archer from the Builder base as well. Thankfully, it's not going to be that. They're not just going to be completely ripping off or recycling their ideas from the Builder base. Instead, what's going to be happening is it's going to be the Sneaky Goblin. Now, I don't know what exactly its powers are going to be. We can only speculate that, but I do know for a fact that it's going to be called the Sneaky Goblin, and it's going to look exactly like it does on screen right here. So we got about 50% right with this Sneaky Archer, where it says just the Sneaky Goblin. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the troops first, and then we can speculate later what their actual power will be. And then the next one is going to be the Super Barbarian, which obviously we already know what it does. It's basically a Super Barbarian that rages and costs 5 housing space. Supercell or Clash of Clans already released a whole video on that, and General Tony, Galadon, and all those other YouTubers have already made videos on it, on what it does. But anyways, let's go ahead, skip the Super Barbarian, and go into the Super Wall Breaker. Oh, I guess I already kind of jumped the gun there. I didn't mean to say that, but the next one is going to be the Super Wall Breaker, which is really interesting. I have a few ideas on what that could actually do, because I feel like it's not just going to be a wall breaker that blows up extra walls or anything like that. I think it'll be something else, but I'll get into that a bit later. And then lastly, there is a Super Giant who grew out a nice face of hair as well. So it really looks like all of these super troops really just look a lot better in general. So anyways, I kind of jumped the gun again, but the last one is going to be the Super Giant. And one of the main reasons I think that all of these, it's not really just like a concept or anything like that. I think it's legitimately a leak of what is to come in the coming updates. What Supercell is going to officially announce is just because the graphics on these cards looks extremely realistic. You already have the Super Barbarian there, and then you have the Sneaky Goblin, the Super Wall Breaker, which are all done in the exact same style. The only difference is really with the Super Giant that has the red background, but I think that's explained because, as you can see, that is the one that is being upgraded currently with the time bar that says 6 days, 2 hours, and 15 minutes. I think that's the only reason it's red, but other than that, all the designs of the troops look extremely legitimate. The Super Barbarian, obviously there's no troop that looks exactly like that with a full head of hair. It would take a lot of skill and artwork to actually be able to add that in. And then the Super Wall Breaker is a little bit easier. I can't remember exactly what a wall breaker looks like, but it's a bit different. But the parts that really get me is the Sneaky Goblin. There's nothing at all that looks like a goblin like that, where it has that face mask perfectly drawn to its face, and then the Super Giant with that different type of head of hair. Even the facial complexions on it look different. So yeah, I think it's 100% going to be real. It's 100% legit in my opinion. We'll never 100% know until it's actually released tomorrow. I think once Supercell releases the next troop, if the next one is right, if it's the Sneaky Goblin, the Super Wall Breaker, or the Super Giant, I think then we can for sure 100% say the next two are 100% coming as well. But for now, it's pretty much 99.9% confirmed in my opinion. So anyways, in the background, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a live attack while I speculate what I think these superpowers are going to be for these troops. So obviously we're just gonna go ahead and skip the Super Barbarian just because it is already been released. We already know what it does. It rages and it's more powerful. But the thing is, okay, so the Super Wall Breaker, what I think this one's gonna be is what we have in the Builder base with the Bomber. It's essentially gonna be a wall breaker that stands behind and throws bombs. And I think it's really going to be exactly like the Bomber, except it's going to cost more than 2 housing space, and it's going to throw its massive bomb that's going to do area damage and probably target walls first. I honestly don't think there's going to be too much special about that there. I think it's basically going to be the Bomber from the Builder base. sad to say, I really hope there would be more to it. Hopefully Supercell will actually surprise us on what the power is, because like I said, I can only confirm what the 4 troops or super troops are going to be, but I have no idea what their powers will be. So this part here is all speculation, but I think it's basically going to be exactly like a regular bomber, which honestly would make the most sense in this case. But anyways, for the Sneaky Goblin, it's going to be extremely similar to the builder base, but you guys are all probably saying there's no goblin in the builder base. Yes, but I think the part that's going to be really similar is the sneaky part. It's going to be very similar to the sneaky archer in the sense that it's going to be a goblin that turns invisible for the first part that it attacks, so it'll be really great for clearing out the outside collectors and resources like that. So it'll be able to turn invisible for say 5-10 seconds, it attacks, takes out the collector, and then it pops up, and then it'll be able to be targeted by other defenses. So in my opinion, that's what it's going to be, because it makes sense with the whole sneaky title, sneaky super goblin type sense there. For the super giant, I have a feeling it's going to be really similar to the boxer giant as well, where it'll do more damage off the first few hits. But I also think something that might be it might be more like is that when El Primo was added into Clash of Clans, I think it'll act a bit more like that as well. At least I hope it will. So I think it'll be a stronger, cost like 10 housing space, maybe have some El Primo effects in there. I really hope that Supercell did have some fun with this and they didn't just recycle all their ideas from the builder base, because I know they probably are feeling the sense that they put so much effort into builder base and not most players don't really play it, and all those good ideas, which I gotta give them credit, a lot of them are really good ideas, but a lot of people just don't really use them, so I wouldn't really blame them for reusing the ideas, but I also think it'd be really lazy and kind of anticlimactic where everyone's hoping for all these like new super troops, but in the end it's just recycled builder based troops. But anyways, that is pretty much it for the leaks. The one thing I didn't go into is what it says in the description here. If I zoom in, it says boost troops into super troops to make them the village wrecking machines they've always wanted to be. That sounds exactly like something Supercell would write in the description, so it makes total sense. Honestly, they may have, Galadon and them may have even leaked that already in some of their videos. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, that is going to be it for the leaks here that I have for you today. Make sure you guys subscribe and leave a like if this is the first time you're ever seeing this. For all of Clash of Clans and Clash Royale updates, I'm going to be coming out with all the leaks as soon as I find them. All the update information, leaks, news, anything that's relevant to you guys and want to hear first. So make sure you guys subscribe, turn on that notification, and also drop a like on the video if you hadn't seen all of this. I've also got a brand new story video, origin story, coming out for the Super Barbarian, which is actually done already. It's just that I wanted to post this video first, so that one's going to be coming out in probably a couple hours instead. Maybe tomorrow. I'm somewhere between a couple hours and tomorrow, so like 3 to 24 hours, somewhere between there. And then I'm also going to be coming out with a story video for these new super troops, such as the Sneaky Goblin, the Super Wall Breaker, and the Super Giant. So make sure you guys subscribe and turn on notifications for that. I'm going to be shouting out one lucky subscriber every single video, so drop a comment as well, and I'll be going through them and choosing one. You don't need to ask for a shoutout, just I'm going to choose one at random, and you might see yourself featured in the next video. But anyways, that's going to be it for the leaks inside of today's video. And one thing that I wanted to do inside at the end of today's video that I thought would be a little bit of fun is I wanted to try a mass P.E.K.K.A attack with all clone spells as well, so we could see how those do. So here you can see I've got 11 P.E.K.K.As trained up. I've got 2 clone spells, and then I'm going to get rid of some of these so I can get one more clone spell in there. There we go. So these are all going to be ready momentarily, so I'm going to go ahead and probably just gem them up because I had the patience of a 4-year-old. So let's just go ahead and quickly gem these. We got those are all done, and then I'll gem my heroes up as well. Alright, we got the heroes all ready. Unfortunately, we won't have clan castle troops, but we will have our war machine, or not war machine, my siege machine, sorry. But anyways, let's go ahead and try out a mass P.E.K.K.A attack and see how that does. If I can connect to the internet, that is. Oh, okay. I guess we're gonna reboot. Too much, my P.E.K.K.As are overloading the system, it turns out. Alright, hopefully we won't break Clash of Clans here, and we can go ahead, and we can attack a nice base with a ton of loot here. Only problem is all of these Inferno Towers are set to single targeting, which is the worst thing I could see for having a mass P.E.K.K.A attack. So we're gonna attack far away from all that. We're gonna ignore all the loot at the bottom, and we're just gonna deploy them all at the top. I think we're gonna attack top right. No, top. We're gonna go top left. So let's go ahead, drop 1 P.E.K.K.A on each side just so we can start that funnel. We'll drop our Barbarian King and all our heroes in the middle. And like I said, I have the patience of a 4-year-old, so we're just going to go ahead and spam everything in. I don't want to wait for the P.E.K.K.As to create that full-on funnel. I'm going to save my archers, and I'm going to go ahead deploy my Grand Warden's ability right now. And I've got to be really careful with my free spells because I've only got 2 of them because I opted to use 3 clone spells instead, which, by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and pop right now. Be deadly and like a pretty big threat to my P.E.K.K.As. So those are going to go ahead, and now I guess we just got to sit back and relax as we are getting locked onto by 4 Inferno Towers, 3 single targeting, and then 1 on top of the Town Hall. P.E.K.K.As are going to surprisingly get that Town Hall. I think it's the cloned P.E.K.K.As actually that got it. And I think that's going to be where our story ends because those balloons and Electro Dragon are going to decimate all my P.E.K.K.As because I literally have nothing Queen who can target air. But yeah, so we're going to get a 2-star surprisingly with all P.E.K.K.As. I'm pretty sure that was one of the most expensive armies that I could possibly train up. So we're going to be a little bit in the hole with elixir wise, but to be honest, I haven't been playing a whole lot of Clash of Clans, so I don't really need the upgrades. Because literally every time I max my Town Hall, I literally just sit at max for a while and then hope and wait for the next big update to come out. And then so every time I max my Town Hall, basically they always live, so I'm just going to go ahead, take a little break, enjoy the game while I can, just buy whatever I want, and yeah. So last archer here on that storage, we're going to go ahead and end the battle. So we didn't lose the battle, we just ended it, per se. But anyways, we got 2 stars, not bad with all P.E.K.K.As actually. And let's just go ahead and train up a regular army. And yeah, that's going to pretty much end it for the video. Like I said, I'm going to be posting the story video on the Super Barbarians origin story, which is going to be a really good video. I think you guys will really like it, so make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications if you haven't already, drop a like, leave a comment. I don't know what else I could ask of you guys, but I appreciate it. But anyways, other than that, I hope you guys all stay safe out there, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.